Before we dive into the details of this first-of-its-kind story, let's better understand why women make so many false allegations to begin with. False allegations of any kind, abuse, infidelity, misconduct, etc., are understood through the framework of incentives, emotional strategy, and social leverage. Here are the 6 main drivers of false allegations amongst women. 1. Allegations are a high-leverage social weapon. Women already possess stronger social power than men in modern society. A carefully timed allegation can increase that social power by orders of magnitude. A serious allegation, true or false, can harm a man's reputation instantly, trigger legal consequences, damage his job, relationships, or status, shift sympathy automatically toward her. Because society reflexively protects women, a collective ideology formerly known as gynocentrism, the risk of backlash is lower, and the reward for making an allegation is higher, which can incentivize misuse in some cases. Allegations function as an ultimate social nuclear button. 2. Emotional reasoning over objective reasoning. Women tend to rely more on emotion-based decision-making under stress. When feeling rejected, betrayed, replaced, embarrassed, abandoned, they may escalate to extreme tactics to regain power or control. In other words, emotional truth can outweigh factual truth, meaning I feel wronged becomes he wronged me. This doesn't mean the woman consciously lies. Sometimes the subjective emotional experience gets treated as objective reality. 3. Allegations can serve as social or legal leverage. Allegations often appear during the most volatile periods of a relationship to include breakups, custody battles, divorce negotiations, relationship conflicts. Because these contexts reward whoever gains higher moral ground, a woman may use an allegation as a negotiation tactic, a punishment for abandonment, a tool to gain custody or resources, a way to protect her image by shifting blame. This is known as reputation defense. 4. Victimhood gets social reward. Modern culture often respects or rewards victim status. Women already receive more social protection, so claiming harm can lead to support, validation, removal of accountability, sympathy from peers, raised social status in certain circles. This is called the victim halo effect. If a woman fears looking foolish, such as might be the case if being dumped, cheated on, or exposed, shifting to the victim role can save face. 5. Avoiding consequences or accountability. Women are seen as more socially insulated from consequences, so some may use allegations as a way to avoid being blamed, avoid embarrassment, avoid fallout from their own mistakes, justify an impulsive decision. Examples might include cheating and then accusing the man to deflect guilt, getting caught in a lie, wanting to exit a situation without shame, covering up poor decisions. This behavior is referred to as externalizing blame, which includes redirecting accountability outward to preserve self-image. 6. Protection of hypergamous interests. If a woman fears that her social image or sexual marketplace value is threatened, for example, being caught cheating, being dumped, being replaced by another woman, an accusation can be a high-leverage tactic to restore her position or punish the man for lowering her value. In short, hypergamy defends itself. Armed with this knowledge, let's now break down the events surrounding this criminal case involving a woman who falsely claimed to be victimized by an assailant who was floating in space at the time. What happened? In 2019, Summer Worden accused Anne McClain of improperly accessing her bank account from the International Space Station, ISS, while McClain was on a 6-month mission. This was widely reported as a potential first crime committed in space. Worden filed a complaint with the Federal Trade Commission, FTC, and also made statements to NASA's Office of Inspector General. Investigation findings. Investigators, including NASA's Office of Inspector General, looked into the claims. They found that Worden had actually opened the disputed bank account in April 2018, not later as she claimed. Both McClain and Worden had access to the account until January 2019, when Worden changed the login credentials. Moreover, Worden had earlier given McClain access credentials, username or password, as far back as 2015, meaning McClain's access wasn't a surprise or unauthorized. In short, the core allegation that McClain hacked into Worden's account from space was not supported by the evidence. Criminal charges and plea. In 2020, Worden was indicted for making false statements to federal authorities. On November 13, 2025, she pleaded guilty to one count of lying to law enforcement. She faces up to 5 years in prison and a potential $250,000 fine. Her sentencing is scheduled for February 12, 2026. Impact and significance. McLean has consistently denied any wrongdoing, saying she accessed the account with Worden's permission to help manage shared finances. Because of the nature of the allegation crime in space, this case raised broader questions about jurisdiction, space law, and how legal frameworks apply to actions that occur off-Earth. With Worden's guilty plea, McLean has been officially exonerated of the space access claim. Tell us why you think women make so many false allegations, to now even include alleged victimization from the far reaches of space. Also, don't forget to share this video with someone who could benefit from learning that false allegations are playing an increasingly larger part in modern intergender dynamics. And don't forget to subscribe to learn in our next video how to mitigate your chances of being the subject of a false allegation.